Copycats. Copycats when it comes to slice-of-life animatic animations have spread like the butter on my toast. But before we unbox this particular topic, we need to see some of the big hits and understand the history of animation. And by history, I'm talking about the way that YouTube pays their employees. For those who don't know, YouTube used to pay you ad revenue per view. This made for more high-quality animations in the past, but ever since the algorithm changed to pay for viewers' retention, we have been seeing a lot of these more simple-to-do animations to keep up with YouTube's form of payment. I will link Ross's video about this topic. He goes into more detail than I can here. Now that we understand that, we can move on to the big YouTube channels. Now, these three examples weren't the first to do these types of animatic videos. I'm certain of this, but they are some of the most popular and the ones that I am personally subscribed to, because that matters. I will be comparing them and trying to dissect what makes them unique, their strengths and weaknesses. Let's start with Domics. Domics has an interesting form of animating and storytelling. He starts his story with a life event. He explains how it happened and what he did. He goes between a fun life story to some type of lesson. For example, not bullying people who have done the same type of videos as he. It gives his videos a more family-friendly feel. He curses here and there, but normally it's reserved and used for a joke. I feel that Domics animating is his strong suit. It goes from simple transitions from one pose to another to a really well done frame-by-frame action. These smooth and more complicated actions are normally done by other animators, which I believe is perfectly fine to do, and it breaks up the more simple picture-to-picture drawings, giving the viewer something to be blown away by. I find the way he transitions from commentary to acting out his story to be quite interesting. I didn't notice this until I started watching more of his videos. I don't have too many issues with his videos. The only thing that comes to mind is his coloring. I like when the videos have 2 or 3 colors. For example, his hair, his food. But when he tries coloring the full body, it looks strange and the color choices don't fit the style of work. One last thing to talk about. His addiction to fettuccine alfredo. I hope that you can get past this, man. We're all praying for you. Jaiden animations. Jaiden, unlike the other two animators here, seems to be more of an introvert, giving us a different perspective. For some reason, I find myself laughing more from her videos than Domics. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I've had similar thoughts. Jaiden's storytelling is normally just commentary and telling it as if talking to a friend. Her jokes normally revolve around her being awkward and sometimes clumsy. I don't have too much to say about the structure of her storytelling. It seems more straightforward. Let's talk animation and style. In my opinion, Jaiden's artistic ability seems to be stronger than Domics and TheOdd1sOut. Her drawings are very clean and remind me of graphic design. Most importantly, I love the way she draws hands. They're so strange, and it isn't because I don't have hands, it's just there's an excuse to draw them, okay? As I was making this video, Jaiden made a video about her anorexia, and I thought it was really powerful and interesting, and it really kind of pushed the envelope on something serious, and I thought it was really important and pretty cool. The other thing is that while I was making this video, I was drawing her hair and all that, and fuck your hair, fuck your hair, fuck your hair. Overall, Jaiden doesn't normally have any overcomplicated frame by frame, and normally transitions from one position to the next. I don't have any criticism that I can think of at the moment. Last, but definitely not least, we have TheOdd1sOut. The way he normally goes about animating his character is pretty simple. He doesn't have lip syncing, unless to emphasize certain words. Normally the character just bounces here and there. Now James' artistic abilities aren't the best. Whoa, hold on. He is getting better, but he isn't as skilled. Now where he lacks an artistic ability, he shines in storytelling. James knows how to construct a joke. He has a premise and a punchline, and he does this well. He stammers here and there, but quickly enough where you don't really feel bored out of your mind. Okay, now for the meat of this topic. Copycats. Copycats. Hold on one second. Let me watch a few. Oh god. The pacing. Sorry, it's just that it takes you 10 minutes to tell a 3-minute story. It gets on my nerves to a degree. I've been watching a lot of these animation and it gets tiring and just blends together. I get a whole new feeling of appreciation when I have to shift through clones. Some of these creators make some of the more obvious jokes. You see them a mile away, but they take so long to get to it, you actually notice it. See, if you're telling multiple jokes in quick succession, they don't linger long enough for you to notice how bad they are. But if you drag it out, and you not only notice it, but it becomes painful and very cringy. Oh, by the way, James seems to have collaborated with most of these guys. He is like his own special infection. I'm sorry, James, I didn't mean it. Please collab with me. I want your views. I mean company. Side note, James is an awesome person for giving animators a hand. He gave someone a Cintiq. That is a drawing tablet that costs $2,000. back to the whole collaborating thing, some of these people inbreed. These copycats collab with each other. It's like this weird growth of people. Some of these creators are very bad speakers who might have interesting stories, but their way of structuring them is kind of scattered, and they add jokes that are bearable. You're so invested in the story, you try and ignore the whole that they feel they need to put in for some strange reason. These people's art style isn't anything different. Sometimes they literally just copy someone else's drawing, but in their own style? Kinda? The whole thing is very strange to me. Some of these creators try to spin this dark narrative, where their style is a little darker, so they think they need to get really uncomfortably close to the mic and say fuck every other sentence. I know that my drawing of myself is a bit more on the edgy side, but that doesn't mean I have to act like a tortured soul every single video. Sometimes being edgy is fun, but not every video. One last thing, why does everyone use the same background music? Even the bigger guy seems to always use the same garage band music. Why? There are so many more options out there. Why use the same thing again and again and again? I want to talk about someone who has been doing these types of videos for a long time. Someone who has their own style. Someone that seems to be different, and use him as an example of trying something new. Tales of Mere Existence. His style is all his own. He draws backwards. I don't know how. He uses actual paper. He talks about having existential crises. Now, this person is not for everybody, but I guess that is what makes him unique. He isn't just another copy of a copy, and I can respect that. Sometimes I have to ask myself questions like, do these people want to do anything new? Do they have the ambition to push the envelope, or are they satisfied with being safe, with doing what works just because it was proven to? At the same time, I'm excited to see so many artists coming out to do something, but I don't want people to act as if this is a desk job. Art should be more important than that. At the end, the reason you are seeing so many similar pieces of content, the real problem with these people, you're a viewer. The more you watch them, the more they will produce. I simply don't understand why so many people are yelling at these creators. They should be looking at themselves. If you think someone is copying Jaiden or James or Domics and doesn't deserve the attention, then don't give it to them. In the end, it doesn't really matter if you like a so-called copycat. Don't let me, or anyone else for that matter, stop you. And for the people who are bullying these creators, you're not helping. I'm a critic. Maybe I have a strong opinion. But the last thing I would want is for someone to be bullied into killing themselves over a video. Now, it's going to be my turn to join them, to see if I can create something that they do, and do it a little different. I'm going to be trying to talk about my life and my anxiety. I'm going to try to make a small set of stories that overarch to one larger one. And I want you to join me on my journey, and I want you to critique me and tell me what you think about this video, what I've done wrong, and what I've done right. And I think it'll be interesting. Thank you for watching.
Bum 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 dun 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 Sponsored by Crunchyroll.
Hey, so this video is now dated. TheOdd1sOut and Jaiden have started using other animators to animate their videos. Jaiden decided to draw hands badly and talk about fruit bats. I feel as if people are running out of stories and resorting to just saying how they feel about random things like names and spelling. Now, lucky for them, unlike myself, they know how to write. I figured they would start running out of fuel. I just didn't think it would happen around this time. Now, it isn't all bad. They have a lot of things now going on with the extra help. I just hope that they are paying their animators. I have no knowledge as to if they are or aren't. I was looking around but couldn't find any information. If anyone else could possibly find that information for me, that'd be nice. A general rule, though, is that when you're having other animators help you, is that you pay for them, and you don't try to manipulate the situation as many people have done, and try to say that the exposure itself is payment, because that's just not fair. In fact, that's disgusting in most cases. Not saying, and I must reiterate this, that either James, TheOdd1sOut, Jaiden, or Domics are doing such a thing. I have no knowledge of this, and honestly, I highly doubt they would be doing that. I'm not sure. Anyway, now that that explanation is done, I'm going to go make my new video, which is going to be poorly written and an experiment, and we'll see how that goes. Bye.